What are my unique talents? What do I do differently, more naturally than others? Make a list. Whatever situation Joseph found himself in, he always seemed to be the one to stand up and take control. Last year, when the vice president of his local football team got into a serious car accident, Joseph quickly stepped into action and organized a fundraiser. Thanks to him taking charge of the situation, he raised over $67,000 that went towards Stefan's medical care. There was more than enough left over to take care of Mia, his pregnant wife, and their 2 small kids. Joseph is a born leader. There he goes again, breaking up a squabble between Daniel and David over who scored the best goal. Some of Chiron's most cherished memories are about him playing the role of peacemaker. He recalls vividly the time in high school when he confronted Bob for bullying Simon, the new kid from Ohio. Looking back on it now as an adult, he remembers what drove him to get in between a strapping 6-footer and a little scrawny kid from Marietta. Chiron's deep sense of fairness and justice is just as alive today as it was when he was that little kid advocating for the small guy. Everyone called her Gentle Jayland, largely unassuming and quietly content to stay in the shadows of others and away from the typical trappings of life. But Jayland was anything but unassuming whenever she began to draw or express her creativity through multiple art forms. She was a diva and did it with a passion. She had this remarkable gift of making the most dull and drab assortments beautiful. It was no surprise to anyone when she was voted Best Interior Designer, and that was well before she even started high school. The trajectory was headed in one direction for Jayland's artistic genius, and that was up, way, way up alongside some of the most acclaimed artists of our time. Angela began throwing tantrums from as young as 10 whenever her mother cooked meat. She refused to put a single spoon of murderous cruelty, as she called it, in her mouth. The very thought of animals being slaughtered to satisfy the savage appetite of the human race was revolting to Angela. In the end, her mother was forced to provide an alternative diet, absent from anything remotely tied to brutality. By the time Angela was 18, she had become an animal rights aficionado, and in the process fell in love with elephants. And with the same conviction, bravery and zest as her younger self, Angela signed up on a mission to Africa to save the beloved creatures. These examples tell a story of human strengths. We each have our own unique strengths, talents, gifts, attributes and assets that we bring into the world. Maybe you were born with certain strengths that were easily identifiable at a young age, or sometimes strengths can be acquired and developed throughout a lifetime. Either way, strengths are positive qualities that are not only essential to your overall health and well-being, they also buffer against mental health disorders, feelings of sadness, and negative outcomes. Your strengths create a culture of happiness and success, and contribute greatly to life satisfaction and human flourishing. It thus becomes an important goal to identify your personal strengths and mobilize them in such a way that leads to a life well lived. For example, research has shown that strengths such as gratitude, hope, and love are most likely to contribute to life satisfaction. Imagine taking a road trip from Florida to Maine, or from London to Liverpool. Your GPS is broken and your sense of geography is terrible. What are the chances that you'll reach your destination safely and on time? Probably pretty slim. Now contrast your trip, in which you have a powerful state-of-the-art GPS, self-drive if and when you need it, and tag along your best friend who takes a road trip like most people take a shower. Identifying and building your personal strengths is the roadmap to success in all areas of life, including social, purpose, financial, community, and physical. The more prepared and resourceful you are, and the more robust the equipment is, the more likely you are to have a smooth ride and reach the desired destination on time and in a safe manner. Of course, life isn't perfect and things go wrong. You make a wrong turn and end up in an undesirable neighborhood. But remember your resources: a powerful GPS, a robocar that can easily be reset, and Janice, your best friend who is ready to take the wheel whenever you need. Your personal strengths serve you in exactly the same way, and you draw upon them to develop social well-being. That is, sharing with others in a meaningful way, feeling connected and a sense of belonging. They serve to follow your dreams, goals, and a purpose greater than yourself. Your personal strengths serve as a foundation for effective financial management, to develop, engage, and share in community as a place where you feel proud of and safe, to cultivate a rich inner life and model what it looks like to others. And your personal strengths serve as a framework to optimize your physical and mental health and well-being. Exploring your strengths increases awareness. It deepens your understanding of yourself and others, subsequently deepening empathy and compassion. Knowing what you are good at, or really good at, gives your self-confidence a huge boost. Your skills and assets are much more attractive and can steer you more accurately to a potential employer, project, or organization. Joseph had great leadership skills. Karen was led by a deep sense of fairness and justice. Jalen's creative flair defined much of her world. And Angela's zest, bravery, conviction, and perseverance helped to make the world a better place for the animals she loved. Finding your strengths are the building blocks to goal achievement, positive outcomes, and a satisfying, fulfilling, and meaningful life. Remember that strengths are transferable, so think broadly across your whole life. Let's work with these 5 questions to ponder and identify your unique strengths and talents. What do you like most about yourself? What do others admire? What do you get complimented on most? What do you enjoy doing? We usually enjoy what we're good at. What do you yearn to do? Yearning suggests possible talents. What would not be like it is had you not been part of it? Example, a project or volunteer effort. Ponder these questions over the week ahead and use them to make a list of strengths. There are numerous reasons to journal, from boosting the immune system to improving sleep, all of which are supported by science. Regular journaling helps to put your problems, fears, and concerns into perspective. They no longer seem insurmountable when you assert control and label them in conjunction with your feelings. Journaling provides a perfect opportunity for positive self-talk and can identify when your inner critic is dominating and sabotaging your mind. Keep a track of your daily, weekly, and long-term goals. Give yourself some regular TLC in a space that is comfortable, safe, and is all about you. Because your feelings matter. You matter. Express your gorgeous, unique self with regular journaling.